Okay, so this is a tutorial for threading my machine. I have my bobbin thread right here. And if you look at my machine, it kind of gives you a guideline exactly how the thread goes. And I don't know if this is on your machine, but you're going to see that the thread is going to go that way. So it unwinds on this side. So you pull that, see? And you want it to unwind on the same side. It's unwinding on that side. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that into there. And then that picture right there. So it goes through. And then all the way around. And it's going to cut. And that bobbin thread is threaded. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cap on there. And that's threaded. To thread the top, I'm running low on my thread, by the way. I'm just going to grab this and push it through, and if you see on the top, I have a guide as well. So and then it goes this way. Now make sure that's in there, just like that. And this is my machine, so every machine is different. Okay. Now it would be different. This is for winding your bobbin, and this one here is for threading your machine. So it goes like that, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and pull that, and that's going to hold the tension for the thread, and you need that tension. And we go down, and it has a guide as well. So this is 1. Number 2 is pushing it down here. 3, we loop it up all the way up to 4, right there. And then we're just going to actually push it, if you can see that, hopefully you can see it, push it to the side, move it all the way down, and then it's going to catch, if you can see that, it's caught right on top of that little hook. It goes all the way down, and then we're going to push it through that needle. But before we do, we have our final step, loop right here. You can see that. Can you see that? Make sure that's okay. So it's hooked onto that hook right there. And so after you have this threaded on that little hook, and that's going to hold the tension as well, I'm going to use my threader on my machine. Okay, so I grab that, and that goes through the needle. Okay, and without me tipping that camera, I'm going to bring this right into that, and there's a little hook that caught that, and then I'm going to release this. And when I do, my needle is threaded, so I'm going to go back here and pull that right through that needle, right? And then I take my thread, and I want to go right through my hook. See that? And that is going to hold that in place for me when I put my fabric down. So I have a little scrap piece of fabric here. I just tucked it right underneath there. And then I drop my needle down. Drop it down again. Drop it down. I have my everything set. I'm going to go a couple of stitches in, a couple of stitches back. And that locked it in. That locked it in so the thread's not going to get loose. And then we're just going to go ahead, get a couple of stitches in there, keeping it on that seam allowance, or 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to go lock it, a couple back, a couple forward, and there we go. Let's go ahead and lift our needle up, lift our pressure foot up, and pull that out, and you have a nice thread, nice stitch. My stitches look a little bit looser. They would be more uniform and tight if I wasn't using my quilting needle right now, which I like to use when I'm going through multiple fabrics. So your stitch is probably going to be more clean looking. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut my threads. To check on your tension, you should see that each side is perfectly uniform. If you see like it really loose on one side and really tight on the other, then your tension's off. But normally, if you have it set to the machine setting, you shouldn't have a problem with your tension. So, that's it. And hopefully this helped. Just take things slow, and you should be good. Now, if you need to clean the machine, your machine usually has this little brush. Every once in a while, this gets full of lint. So you want to take this and clean that out as much as you can, because if it gets filled with lint, it'll like mess up your threads and it'll get caught up in here and everything. Nothing's running smooth. And at that point in time, sometimes you got to take the little screwdriver that they give you and take the whole thing apart and put it back together and clean it out. Because if I were to move these right now, I bet you I have a lot of lint in there because I've been sewing a lot. So I'm getting ready, like it's getting to the point where I have to clean this machine. So yeah, I'm about ready to take it apart, clean it, get everything going. Threads are important. So if you're using an all cotton threads, if you bought all cotton lints a lot, I'm actually using polyester all-purpose threads, which is really good because I love Gutermann's. As you can see, this is mostly all Gutermann's. That side over there is Mettler's cotton, and these are all cotton, but these are Gutermann cotton, which mostly Mettler and Gutermann, they like to have like a silk finish on their cotton, which is less linty, so it's not going to clog up your machine as much. But every once in a while, even because you're using cotton through here and you got cotton fabrics, you got your threads going through here, and this is going to build up with lint. So every once in a while you have to clean it, or else you're going to get all tangled threads and knots. And as soon as you clean it, you'll realize that your stitches are nice again.